Good evening, this is TCN English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Nguyen Kim Khong Sai. First, the headlines. Rongmei Naga warns Kuki groups against setting down National Highway 37 in their territory. MLAs and ministers who failed to save Manipur should resign, Kokomi Women Wing. News in detail. The Rongmei Naga Students Organization Manipur RNSOM has said it opposes the announcement of 24-hour shutdown along National Highway 37, jointly by the Kuki MPs Southwest Southern Hills, Kuki Students Organization Southwest Southern Hills, and Kuki Women Union Multam Region. RNSOM in a statement issued on Monday said that the Rongmei Naga territory extends from Ziribam to Imphal. The 24-hour total shutdown in Kuki-dominated areas along National Highway 37 Imphal to Ziribam Road reportedly started from midnight on June 10, 2024. We remind every community once again that the whole stretch of land from Imphal to Ziribam is Rongmei Naga ancestral land, despite the claims made by the Kukis, who are recent settlers, stated Zantui Panme, General Secretary of RNSOM. Any untoward incidents arising from this shutdown will be the responsibility of the Kuki community. The RNSOM stated that National Highway 37, a vital lifeline for the region, passes through the heart of Rongmei land and belongs to all communities living in and outside Manipur. They condemned the shutdown as unwarranted and stressed that the highway must not be used as a platform for terrorism by any group. Tensions have been exacerbated by a recent attack on state police and a team of the Chief Minister's Special Protection Group SPG along National Highway 37, allegedly by Kuki militants. The RNSOMs described the attack as barbaric and indiscriminate, noting that the state police force comprises members from various communities. An attack on peace-loving communities serving in the state force could ignite another wave of crisis and is considered an open invitation to join the fight, warned Panme. The women's wing of the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, Kokomi, along with Khwaramban Nupi Keitel Simpam and Saktam Kambalup have demanded that all MLAs and ministers go to Ziribam by Tuesday to solve the burning issue there. The women also warned the MLAs and ministers to resign if they fail to solve the Ziribam issue within the deadline. Assistant Coordinator of Kokomi's Women's Wing, Wahengbam Luang Leima, told the media at Khwaramban Imam Market on Monday that due to the lack of necessary measures from the government, displaced people from Churachampur, Kangpokpi, and Moray are still unable to return to their homes. The women's wing of the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, Kokomi, along with Khwaramban Nupi Keitel Simpam and Saktam Kanbalup have demanded that all MLAs and ministers go to Ziribam by Tuesday to solve the burning issue there. The women also warned the MLAs and ministers to resign if they fail to solve the Ziribam issue within the deadline. Assistant Coordinator of Kokomi's Women's Wing, Wahengbam Luang Leima, told the media at Khwaramban Ima Market on Monday that due to the lack of necessary measures from the government, displaced people from Churachampur, Kangpokpi, and Moray are still unable to return to their homes. Now, in a similar manner, the Kuki narco-terrorists are targeting Ziribam, she added. Even today, the CM's advanced security team was attacked. If MLAs and ministers fail to solve the issue by going to Ziribam by tomorrow, Kokomi, with the support of the public, will launch an intensified agitation. The government should be solely responsible for any unwanted incidents, Luang Leima said. She alleged the Assam rifles evacuated the people of Ziribam and helped in burning down their houses. We will be launching an hesitation to declare that we are not related to India, she added. Secretary of Koiramban Nupi Kaital Simpam and Saktam Kambalup Tinguzam Rani said, the Manipur crisis has been ongoing for over a year. Due to the failure of both the state and central government to take stringent actions against the Kuki narco-terrorists, Manipur is still burning. She said that with the divide and rule policy of the central government, it seems as if they are strategizing to cleanse the Meitei people. The leader of Manipur should jointly take steps to save Manipur and its indigenous people. If the leaders fail to bring a solution, then they should resign, said Rani. Newly elected Manipur MP A. Bimol Akoizam on Monday questions why Chief Minister Ambiren Singh had not yet sacked Director General of Police Rajiv Singh and Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh and taken charge of the unified headquarters. Hours after the Hindu reported that the most recent spat of attacks in Ziribam district had taken place despite warnings sent to the police chief and the security advisor. Newly elected Manipur MP A. Bimol Akoizam on Monday questions why Chief Minister Ambiren Singh had not yet sacked Director General of Police Rajiv Singh and Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh and taken charge of the unified headquarters. Hours after the Hindu reported that the most recent spat of attacks in Ziribam district had taken place despite warnings sent to the police chief and the security advisor. Mr. Akoizam alluded to whether these appointments were being made on the basis of dictates from Delhi, questioning why one should allow Delhi to erode the federal structure and autonomy of the state. According to three letters sent to the DGP and the security advisor in January this year, that the Hindu had reported on Monday morning, the CMO had fledged reported movements of around 200 Kuki militants in the Ziribam area at the time, calling the letters written months ago intriguing. Mr. Akoizam, inner Manipur MP-elect, said, the DGP and the security advisors have been appointed by the state government. The chief minister should have sacked these top security officers appointed by him a long time back and taken over the charge of the chairmanship of the unified headquarters. Why did he not do that? The chief minister is not only the head of the government, but also the home minister of the state. Presumably, the information about the movement of armed Kuki militants in the Ziri areas must have come from the intelligence agencies, including the one from the state police. So the question is, whose failure is this? It is not just related to Ziribam, but all throughout the crisis, said Mr. Akoizam, who joined the opposition Congress ahead of the polls to contest on their ticket. The Congress MP continued, or is it that he appointed this official because of some sort of a dictate from New Delhi? If that is the case, then the question is why he did not resist as the chief minister and home minister of the state. After all, the state government and chief ministers are constitutional authorities and law and order is the state's subject. Why should one allow Delhi to dictate terms and erode federal structure, the autonomy of the state? We need clear answers to these questions. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee has strongly condemned the ambush on the Chief Minister's advance convoy yesterday near Kotlin village along National Highway 37. Speaking to media, former CM and current opposition leader Okrami Bobi Singh termed the attack unfortunate and accused the ruling dispensations of failing to protect lives and property across the state. The government should have taken full precautionary measures and gathered prior intelligence before the CM's convoy proceeded on the highway, Singh said. He also denounced the perpetrators of the attack that left a police driver identified as 32 years old, Moirangtim Anjes, injured. Turning to the recent violence in Ziribam district, the Congress leader alleged that the state government has completely lost control over the law and order situation. Instead of relocating villagers, the security forces to be focused on protecting civilian lives and their property, he asserted. The BJP, which posted a lackluster performance in the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections, got a public niche from its ideological mentor, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Addressing a group of RSS rallies in Nagpur, RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat expressed concern this evening about the violence hit Manipur and the just concluded Lok Sabha elections. Speaking about the northeastern state for the first time since violence broke out there in May last year, Mr. Bhagwat said, Manipur has been waiting for peace for a year. Violence has to be stopped and it has to be given priority. We have made strides in many fields like economy, defense strategy, sports, culture, technology, etc. That does not mean that we have overcome all the challenges, he added. Mr. Bhagwat also had advice for the new government, indicating that its approach to both elections and governance should be weak. The BJP, which posted a lackluster performance in the recently concluded Lok Sabha elections, got a public niche from its ideological mentor, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Addressing a group of RSS trainees in Nagpur, RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat expressed concern this evening about the violence hit Manipur and the just concluded Lok Sabha elections. Speaking about the northeastern state for the first time since violence broke out there in May last year, Mr. Bhagwat said, Manipur has been waiting for peace for a year. Violence has to be stopped and it has to be given priority. We have made strides in many fields like economy, defense strategy, sports, culture, technology, etc. That does not mean that we have overcome all the challenges, he added. Mr. Bhagwat also had advice for the new government, indicating that its approach to both elections and governance should be tweaked. Elections is a process of building consensus. Parliament has two sides, so that both aspects of any questions can be considered. Every issue has two sides. If one side is addressed by one party, the opposition party should address the other dimensions so that we reach to the right decision. Mr. Bhagwat said in words that were seen as underscoring the importance of having an opposition. While the professed goal of the BJP has been a Congress-free India, the Congress has bounced back in these elections, hiking its 2019 score from 52 to 99. The mandate, while cutting down the BJP numbers to 240, way below the majority mark of 272, has given the opposition 234 seats in the Lok Sabha. Mr. Bhagwat said the whys and wherefores of the mandate do not concern the Sangh. The Sangh works for refining public opinion in every election, did it this time also, but does not get entangled in the analysis of the outcome. Why people get elected, to go to parliament, evolve a consensus on various issues. Our tradition is of evolving consensus. This is a competition, not war, he said. But he also fronted about negativity in elections time, saying, the way things have happened, the way both the sides have attacked below the belt, the way completely ignore the impact of campaign strategies that will lead to divisions, increasing social and mental fault lines, and unnecessarily due the organizations like RSS in the same. Using technology, falsehood was spread, absolute falsehood. NCP SP leader Supriya Sul on Tuesday expressed concerns about the violence in Manipur and wondered why the northeastern state was being given such a treatment when It is an integral part of the country. Speaking to reporters here, the Baramati MP said a terror attack took place in Jammu even as Narendra Modi was sworn in as Prime Minister for a third time. We have been questioning the government over the Manipur's issues for months. A lot of discussion took place in the parliament over the Manipur situation. Manipur is an integral part of the country. The people, women, children, there are Indians. So let's say when asked about RSS chief, Mohan Bakwas remarked that peace had eluded the northeastern state even after 1 year. Bakwat had on Monday said the situations in the strife-torn state must be considered a priority. In Manipur, the convoy of the chief minister was also attacked. It shows that somewhere something is going wrong. A word is not spoken about Manipur, though we sought a discussion on the issue. Leaders from India blocked travel to the state, but we were stopped there. Manipur is an integral part of India. And why is it being meted outside treatment? She said. In the wake of fresh violence in Manipur's Ziribam district, Assam on Sunday intensified security measures along its interstate border, particularly in the Lakipur area of Chachar district. The recent unrest in Manipur has prompted hundreds to flee their homes and seek refuge in neighboring Assam amid the ongoing ethnic tensions that have plagued the region since May 3rd of last year. The latest surge in violence began on June 6 following the discovery of the body of Soibam Sirat Kumar Singh, a 59-year-old Meitei farmer who had been missing for weeks. His death sparked outrage among local residents, who converged on the Ziribam police station, demanding the right to arm themselves for protection. This escalation led the Ziribam district magistrate to impose a district-wide curfew in an effort to curb the violence. The situation quickly spilled over into Assam, with approximately 600 individuals from various ethnic backgrounds fleeing to Lakipur in Chachar district. These displaced persons have sought shelter with relatives, hoping to escape the violence that has erupted in their home. In response to the influx and to prevent the violence from crossing the border, Assam police has significantly ramped up security measures. Special commando units have been deployed along the Assam-Manipur border, and regular patrols have been initiated to maintain order and reassure the local populations. Numal Mahata, the superintendent of police in Chachar, said, "After the incidents of violence in Manipur's Ziribam, we have deployed sufficient security, including our special commando force in the bordering areas. They are conducting regular patrols, and the people are living peacefully in Lakipur. Nearly 600 people have taken shelter with their relatives after the violence erupted on the other side of the border. We are closely monitoring the situations to ensure that similar incidents do not occur in our state." Mr. Mahata praised the collaborative efforts between the police and the local community, adding, "The public has been very cooperative. We have convened a peace committee in Lakipur, and security has been boosted. If anyone attempts to destabilize the peaceful atmosphere, we will take legal actions against them. Our chief minister has instructed us to provide shelter to those fleeing violence from the neighboring state. But proper listing and documentation must be conducted." The situation in Ziribam remains tense, with ongoing efforts to manage the unrest and prevent further escalations. The curfew, imposed on June 6, continues to be in effect as authorities work to stabilize the region and prevent further violence. The Indian Army has reviewed the Agnipath scheme and has made several recommendations to improve it. This includes increasing the percentage of Agnipaths who join regular service after completing 4 years, from the current 25% to 60 to 70%. After the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, NDA allies JDU and LZP Ramvilas expressed concerns over the Agnipath scheme. They urged the government to review it. The Indian Army has now conducted a review to ensure smooth inclusion of Agniverse and maintain operational efficiency. Sources in the defense and security establishment mentioned that the usefulness of the Agnipath scheme is being evaluated by the Armed Forces and the Defense Ministry. The Indian Army suggested increasing the service period from 4 years to 7 to 8 years. Additionally, they recommended increasing the entry age for Agniverse in the technical field to 23 years. They also suggested that ex gratia should be provided for disability during training and that exit management should be handled by professional agency. Moreover, if an Agniver dies in war, their families should receive a subsistence allowance, a source mentioned. The experience issue can be resolved with a slight change. Personnel recruited under the old recruitment scheme generally retire at the age of 35. Those who were promoted to the rank of Subedar Major retired at the age of 52. They were experienced and fully trained in every operational skill and drill. By extending the service period and increasing the inclusion percentage, the Army aims to ensure that Agniver gain sufficient experience and training. In conclusion, the Indian Army's recommendations for the Agnipath schemes focus on enhancing the inclusions and training of Agnivers to remain operational efficiency and address concerns related to the lack of experience and expertise among new recruits. The Palestinian Islamist group Hamas, its ally, the Islamic Jihad group, and the rival Palestinian Authority of President Mahmoud Abbas welcomed a UN Security Council resolution making a proposal for a ceasefire in Gaza. In a statement, Hamas said it was ready to cooperate with mediators over implementing the principles of the plan. Hamas earlier on Monday said it was only willing to accept a deal that would secure an end to the war in Gaza, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he was determined to pursue war against Hamas. Hamas welcomes what is included in the Security Council resolution that affirmed the permanent ceasefire in Gaza, the complete withdrawal, the prisoners' exchange, the reconstructions, the return of the displaced to their areas of residence, the rejections of any demographic changes or reductions in the area of the Gaza Strip, and the delivery of needed aid to our people in the street, the militant group said in a statement. U.S. President Joe Biden outlined the truce accord last month and it envisions a ceasefire in stages, ultimately leading to a permanent end to the war. But Israel has said it will agree only to temporary pauses until Hamas is defeated. While Hamas has countered it will not accept a deal that does not guarantee the war will end. With the conflict in its 9th month, the plan got further backing on Monday from the United Nations, where 14 members of the Security Council adopted a U.S.-drafted resolution in favor of the proposal while Russia abstained. Separately, the Islamic Jihad said earlier on Tuesday that it looks positively to what the resolutions included, especially in terms of opening the door to reaching a comprehensive cessation of aggressions and a complete withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip. Hamas also said it was willing to engage in indirect negotiations over implementing the principles that are consistent with the demands of our people and resistance. In the Israeli-occupied West Bank, the Palestinian presidency welcomed the resolution, saying the presidency is with any resolutions that calls for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and preserves Palestinian land unity. More than 37,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israel's 8-month-old assault on the Gaza Strip, said health officials in the Hamas-ruled enclave. The war began when Hamas militants attacked Israel on October 7, killing 1,200 people and abducting more than some 250 others, according to Israeli tallies. Malawi's president on Monday said he was sparing no resources in a search operations for a missing military aircraft carrying the country's vice president, Saulos Chilima. I know that this is a heartbreaking situation, but I want to assure you that I am sparing no available resource to find the plane, and I am holding on to every fiber of hope that we will find survivors, President Lazarus Chakwera said. The plane, which took off just after 9 a.m. 0700 GMT, was carrying 51-year-old Chilima and 9 others when it failed to land due to bad weather, according to the leader who was speaking in a televised address to the nation. Malawi's former First Lady Sanil Zimbiri Muluzi was also on board. The group was traveling from the capital, Lilongwe, over 370 kilometers, 230 miles, to the city of Juzo for the funeral of a former cabinet minister. Upon arrival in Mzuzu, the pilot was unable to land the plane due to poor visibility occasioned by bad weather, and aviation authorities advised their aircraft to return to Lilongwe. But the authorities soon lost contact with the aircraft, Chakwera said. The head of state dismissed claims published by local media that search operations has been discontinued for the night. Soldiers are still on the ground carrying out the search, and I have given strict orders that the operations should continue until the plane is found, he said, adding that the army would give the public regular updates. Chakwera ordered regional and national forces to conduct an immediate search and rescue operations earlier in the day. He said he had already contacted the governments of various countries, including the US, Britain, Norway, and Israel, who had all offered support in different capacities, including the use of specialized technologies that will enhance capacity to find the plane sooner. Chakwera said that a telecommunications signal located the plane within a 10-kilometer radius of Riaplai, a timber milling company in the poor southern African nations located south of Mzuzu. Soldiers are said to be looking for the missing aircraft with torches on foot, according to local media reports. Various unconfirmed reports have circulated that eyewitnesses saw a plane crashing into the forest earlier on Monday. Chakwera has cancelled a visit to the Bahamas, first elected vice president in 2014. The charismatic yet stern-talking Chilima is widely loved in Malawi, particularly among the youth. But in 2022, during his second stint in the job, Chilima was stripped of his power after being arrested and charged with graft over a bribery scandal involving a British Malawian businessman. Last month, a Malawian court dropped the charges. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.